Chapter 2, Mishnah 7. Having discussed the law when a new Kohen Gadol is appointed before the killer is sentenced, the Mishnah discusses the law when a new Kohen Gadol is not appointed until after the killer is sentenced. If a killer was sentenced to exile while there was no Kohen Gadol, for example, the previous Kohen Gadol died before the sentencing and a new Kohen Gadol had not yet been appointed, or if someone killed a Kohen Gadol b'shogeg and a new Kohen Gadol was not appointed until after the killer was sentenced to exile, or if a Kohen Gadol killed someone b'shogeg and a new Kohen Gadol was not appointed until after he was sentenced, in all these cases the killer can never leave the Ir Miklat. Only the death of the person who was Kohen Gadol at the time the killer was sentenced frees the killer from exile. Since there was no Kohen Gadol at that time, there is no way for him to go free. In all cases, the killer is forbidden to leave the Ir Miklat during his sentence of exile. The Mishnah elaborates on this problem. The killer may not leave the Ir Miklat for any reason. Not to testify regarding a mitzvah, for example, to testify that he saw the new moon, not to testify about a monetary case, nor to testify about a capital case, even if all of Israel needs the killer, and even if he is the commander-in-chief of Israel, such as Yoav ben Tzeruiah, King David's general, he may never leave the Ir Miklat, as it is stated in Numbers 35:25. His city of refuge that he fled there. The word there implies the following. There, in the Ir Miklat, shall be his permanent dwelling place. He must stay in the city and may not leave for any reason. In addition to the above verse, the Torah mentions the word there 2 more times in connection with exile. We learn from this the following 2 laws. There, in the Ir Miklat, shall be his death. Even if he is very sick and will die soon, he may not leave the city of refuge. And there shall be his burial. Even after he dies, his body may not be taken out for burial, but must be buried in the Ir Miklat. A law about the Ari Miklat. Just as the city of refuge itself protects the killer from the Goel Adam, so too does its Tchum, the area of 2,000 amos surrounding the city, protect the killer. The Goel Adam may not kill him if he is within that area. The Mishnah discusses a killer who leaves the Ir Miklat. If a killer went out of the Tchum of a city of refuge, and the Goel Adam found him, the law is the subject of a dispute. Rabbi Yossi Aglili says it is a mitzvah for the Goel Adam to kill him. And, in addition, it is permitted for any other person to kill him, but they do not have a mitzvah to do so. But Rabbi Akiva says it is permitted for the Goel Adam to kill him, but it is not a mitzvah. And any other person is forbidden to kill him. But if he does, he is not liable to the death penalty for murder. The Mishnah discusses whether a killer is safe if he is in a tree that is partially inside the Ir Miklat and partially outside of it. If a tree stands within the Tchum of the Ir Miklat and its branches extend out of the Tchum, or a tree stands outside the Tchum and its branches extend into the Tchum, the law is as follows. If the trunk is within the Tchum, the entire tree is considered within the Tchum regardless of where the branches actually are. Moreover, everything goes after the location of the branches, that is, if the branches are inside the Tchum, the entire tree is considered inside the Tchum, even if the trunk is actually outside the Tchum. Thus, in both of the above cases, the killer is safe as long as he is on any part of the tree. The Mishnah discusses a person who killed b'shogeg while in an Ir Miklat. If a person was in exile in an Ir Miklat and he killed a person b'shogeg in that city, he is exiled from his current neighborhood He is exiled from his current neighborhood to another neighborhood in the same city. He cannot go to a different Ir Miklat because the original killing requires him to stay in the city. However, he must be exiled for the second killing. Thus, he moves to a different neighborhood. However, if a Levi who lives in an Ir Miklat killed b'shogeg in his hometown, he is exiled from his city to a different city of refuge. Since he was never exiled to his city, he may leave it, and he therefore goes to a different Ir Miklat.